properly.
All right, so if you want to know why our thumbnail like this, which is going to be up in a few seconds, probably on the website, and some stuff may not be aligned. I tried to do anime us, but it didn't come out. It didn't come out too well.
Chris?
Okay. Yeah.
Just playing Chris.
It came out okay, and we're technically live, guys. How you doing? But for those who are viewing this, and as I described to Manny, it's anime us. But the trick is...
Oh my god, that looks horrible!
Yep, absolutely horrible.
I was going to do the intro and whip these off, but that looks horrible. So you've put yourself on my body.
Yes! Yes! All I did, it is basically a duplicate of you. And then I put a beard on you. And some glasses. And I made it horrible.
You've just given me a mustache. What is this?
That's all you had, alright? That's all you had. You just had a mustache.
No, I don't.
I know you have a little stubble. I'm not doing that. I'm not creating a stubble, okay? I'm not creating a stubble. Alright? You just had a mustache. Okay? So, this was my failed attempt, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious, and I was going to be I should show Manny this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to show this on the show, and then put it there. And then explain it.
Should be? Do you know what this screen should be? Do you know when we have technical difficulties? And then just throw a boo.
All right, here we go. Let's start the show, guys. Here we go. Full intro. That is the best start of the show we've ever had, by the way. Welcome to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm Marcus, the grand finale, and I'm joined by
Lord Manny. Hey,
ho ho! Here we go for another show that will be, I guarantee, typo free. I apologize for those who looked at it and probably didn't notice that there was a typo. One, the thumbnail from last week made no sense as I sweat. The thumbnail last week made no sense. And then two, doing Monday Night Raw review was spelled incorrectly. Now, if there is a typo on this show, and the first person that points it out to me, I will buy them free sharpshooter swag. And be the second person to buy merchandise from us. Alright, Manny, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm pumped up. Today is the start of the NBA season. As you see, I'm rocking my Clipper gear. We are going to destroy the Lakers with half our roster quarantined or not in the bubble right now. But we're going to do it anyway. Excited.
What do you make of them doing what was it, like live fans from home on screens via Microsoft Teams?
I saw that and they do it in the MLS. I'm not 100% a fan of it. I don't care enough. Like, they're not really there. I would like to have the players' experience. Like, baseball does it really well with their cutouts. I don't need the cutouts there, as I learned with the piece of shit Houston Astros in their arena, because they don't have any. But they're a piece of shit. But it's just... Shout out to Levi in the chat, by the way. And Grunchmurph. But I don't know if I need the digital fan. You just give me that sound of a crowd and I'll be okay. Like it sounds like this.
Try that in WWE. Do you think it would work? Or in AEW?
Digital fans?
Yeah.
Well, AEW has real fans there, so they have actual real fans there, and so I don't think they would go the digital route. And I think I prefer the WWE's, I guess, makeshift wrestler guys just slamming on the glass. I wouldn't get that from the digital fans. So I'm okay with not having digital fans.
The Clippers are going to choke again. Their players would rather be at the strip club.
He was getting chicken wings, okay? Chicken wings. Magic City has the best chicken wings. If you ever go there, according to the NBA players, and I trust Tracy McGrady, they have the best chicken wings in all Atlanta. He was there. He went to the funeral. And then he got the chicken wings. What? It's not like there were strippers there. He was going to be quarantined 10 days anyway because of the funeral. But I digress. Oh, I don't know if it'll work in wrestling because I don't know. You gotta really pick and choose the wrestling fans you get, and the audio isn't gonna come in. It's just gonna be somebody going like this, being very judgmental. I wouldn't have booked that. Like, that's all wrestling fan is. Like, how I would have booked it, I wouldn't have had Brian Cage lose. Never. He would have never lost. I would have did a disqualification finish with a run-in by the Dark Order, who just decides to run in whenever the fuck they want. All right, you ready to start the Wednesday Night War? Did we freeze?
You really want to start there?
Yes.
Let's end on a high.
I think I may jump back and forth, but I wanted to start with AEW. And I just wanted to go on the record and say, this is one of the worst episodes of AEW I've ever seen. And they need to get their shit together. Well, I mean, there's weeks when they have some stuff together, but this week it just seemed like they were all over the place. And the first time I knew they were all over the place was the start of the show, when they start with this 10-man tag match that had virtually no rules, and it should have been at least 80 different disqualifications, and it was a bunch of botches and a clusterfuck of a match. How did you feel about this?
It was chaos from the get-go. And then the fact that they've got Marco Stunt now getting himself involved, which should be a disqualification, but not getting disqualified. And then, like, just after the match, they also let you know what's going on with the rest of the show. They mentioned that there'll be a Tornado no disqualification tag match between Starks and Cage versus Mox and Darby Allin. But I feel like this was a Tornado no disqualification match as well. I feel like everywhere it's a no disqualification match.
Yeah, like, what? I don't... it seems like... I don't know if you ever seen The Wire, but there's a season when they have... when they legalize drugs. Illegally. And it's Amsterdam. That's where... and it's supposed to be based on Amsterdam or whatever. But it's called Amsterdam. Yeah. And you can do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt nobody. And that's kind of how I feel when I watch an AEW match. It's just like, do whatever you want, but don't kill anybody, and we'll be okay. And that's where I guess that's how you get disqualified, because all you got Aubrey just pointing her arms around, and JR's calling people out their bullshit. People running in and out the ring. Marco Stunt's involved. Matt Hardy comes in and pushes Sammy Guevara off for the finish. And was it the Revival that came out right here, or is that later?
No, the Revival came out in the Kenny Omega
the tag match. Yeah. So it was just all over the place. And I was like, man, I didn't need that. Like, it's not like it hurt me physically or mentally. It's not an Eric situation in which I had an aneurysm in the middle of the show. It was just like, man, get your shit together. If you're going to do a 10-man tag and you're going to just have nothing happen, just make a Tornado. Just tell me the rules. Just tell me the rules.
So I found this whole episode of AEW mildly infuriating. Like, I wasn't pissed, but like, it was just like, oh, why am I watching? This is so annoying. But like, I was looking at it match for match and working out how long Eric was going to spend on these each on Saturday on levels of infuriation. Yeah.
Alright, so following this, we had Cody come out in his title match, and they already advertised Warhorse, who looked like, what's that villain from, I believe Mortal Kombat, the Native American character, or is that Street Fighter? I don't remember.
Is it Street Fighter?
T-Hawk.
Tomahawk.
T-Hawk, yeah. T-Hawk. Yeah, he looked like T-Hawk, and he came out there, and I go, oh boy, here we go. And it was worse than I thought it would be, because I thought, you know what, he may turn around and impress me, but this is the first time Cody's had a challenger from outside of the promotion when I went, don't sign him. Please don't. There's no money in this. Stay away. Stay away. How'd you feel about T-Hawk? I mean, a Warhorse.
Warhorse. So, Levi's already just called him the fake Ultimate Warrior, which he was with his head banging and stuff like that. it was okay. It was an okay match. It wasn't the best, and then but then I suppose Cody couldn't really get much. Cody did an interview or something saying that the TNT title will be finished on August the 12th.
Oh, it's over August 12th?
Yeah, so the actual title will be completed.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that that it's done. Like we're not doing this title anymore.
No. So see how the title just looks unfinished and
yeah.
just looks like a piece of tin.
Yeah. About time.
He's gonna have the actual belt by the August the 12th.
Now, I think by the time they get a new title, he's gonna lose it by then.
Well, I think Zack Ryder's gonna take it from him, which was what happened after this match. Was it the Dark Order? The Dark Order came out.
Random Dark Order attack. Yeah.
So I saw this coming because I was watching. I watched what's the Young Bucks show? Being the Elite on Monday.
Yeah.
And it was a scene where Brody Lee was scolding the whole of the Dark Order. And it was specifically these two that he was pointing out. Like he was going, great work on da-da-da-da. But then he looked at Evil Uno and then the two that tried to attack Cody this week.
Oh, I don't know. The Goons. The Putties. Yeah. I don't know. I don't care what their names are.
He pointed them out that they're not working hard enough. And then... So I think that's what led to this. But a lot of what's happening on Being the Elite adds story to what's happening on Dynamite, which I feel like they need to include on the actual Dynamite so we have a clue what the hell is going on a lot of the time.
Yeah, I don't think you should do, like, when WWE or even Impact or any wrestling promotion ever or any TV show ever, when shit happens, they at least give you an update. Or like, if I was watching Game of Thrones, I get a previously on Game of Thrones in which things were happening. Like, it'd be like, oh, this person showed up last week. Or they give me a hint that this person may show up again, just to give me a refresher on who this person was. When the Dark Order attacked Cody, I went, what the fuck for? I thought Brody was coming out or something, but no, had no interest. And then it led to his new name, or his real name. Let's see, is it Matt Caronda?
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona. He needs to change that. Like, if you leave WWE and they called you Zack Ryder, I feel like he was a creative enough person that he could have came up with a better off-screen wrestling name than his real name.
But if he comes in and still doing the Zack Ryder stick, which I believe he's going to do, which is so outdated now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it won't work in today's age, and I feel like it's not really going to get as over as they like to think on AEW.
No, I feel like of all the free agents, he wasn't somebody on my top. Maybe if this was 10 years ago. He looked humongous. He looked in great shape. But I just don't feel like it's going to work.
So, yeah. So, when this happened, I was about to type up in various comments, why not Rusev? And then it became a news story this morning. It could be just smoke and mirrors what he's just done, but he's basically saying that he's done with wrestling Rusev.
Yeah.
And that he's trying to focus on being a content creator on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, go for it. Whatever works for him. I don't think he's really done. Everybody comes back. Like
he also mentioned having like a text conversation with Vince McMahon, which apparently went well. So like, if he's gonna come back, I presume it's gonna be back in the WWE.
Yeah, maybe he'd come back and say he's done wrestling and he just becomes a personality similar to somebody in the pre-shows or something, or they give him a WWE Network show or something. So something along those lines. I'm sure. I'm happy for Rusev wherever he goes. Like, he is he is talented, he is creative, and he would have been a big signing no matter where he ends up, whether it's back to WWE or in AEW or Impact Wrestling or even Ring of Honor in Japan. Like, I feel like that would have been a big deal. I just feel like they struck out. Like, seeing Zack Ryder show up on AEW without any reaction, and even the announcers being confused on who's actually coming out there, Because they were like, I haven't seen him in so long. I thought he was dead or something. But
oh, that's Mark Cardona. I was like,
yeah.
okay, don't care.
All right. I just felt like it was the strikeout. It's like they struck out in free agency. Like I know they got the Revival, that was a good one, but they didn't get the Good Brothers. They didn't get like EC3 or Heath Slater, or all the people that went to Impact. Like Impact came up on free agency, and I feel like they could have did a better job. They are considered the number 2 promotion out there right now, and I was shocked they didn't get anybody.
I think they did it right though. I think get the Revival, one of the best tag teams out there.
Yeah.
But then, do you would you, given that you're trying to push yourself away from hiring ex WWE guys, is it the right thing to bring a whole load of them in?
Okay, I'm gonna say the next thing. They brought in Cameron. They brought in Ariane. How do you defend that with free agency? Like, it went with Zack Ryder. Okay, you know what? He's a name. He's a star. He's built a name for himself. He's Cody's friend. I understand it. But when your Knockouts division is struggling, and you let Diana Peraza go to Impact, and then you bring in Ariane, a.k.a. Cameron, Naomi's Marty Jannetty, as I like to call her, the least successful of the Funkadactyls. Even less successful than Brodus Clay, who I believe may have allegations on Fox TV. They really messed up. I feel like this was the ball drop of ball drops.
So I said this, and I think it went under as it got buried under various other comments earlier in the day or night for me.
Yeah.
You know that Naomi deserves better hashtag?
Yeah.
That hashtag only applies when Cameron was with her. like that.
Somebody call my
Cameron
mama.
was a dumpster fire of a talent.
All right. Levi was saying in the chat, if AEW picked up the Good Brothers and EC3, those sides would have got crapped on too. I don't know about the Good Brothers, and I think EC3 would have been because EC3 is very similar to the MJF character when he was in WWE and Impact about having money and all that. But since he changed his character and he was doing those video packages, I think he increased value to his name. And the Good Brothers would have been a good pickup because everybody knows him as a really solid tag team.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like AEW does have a focus on tag team wrestling. Would they have got lost in the shuffle?
You mean end up like the Lucha Brothers and Hybrid 2?
They've got too many tag teams as it is.
Yeah.
Bringing another one in, they would have got lost in the shuffle. I probably foresee them AEW not trying to cut them the deal where allowing them to go back into New Japan as well, which is what Impact gave the Good Brothers. But yeah. I feel like they should have signed EC3.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get him. I was pretty sure. Like, I thought the vignettes would have been nice and he would have showed up, but shit happens. I mean, their company isn't going to be. It's not going to die because they didn't get all these people, or like these people are all technically just the WWE drop off. They just like, we don't really need these guys. Take them. Like they weren't desperate to keep any of these guys, so I don't feel like their company would suffer without them. But because currently they have some talent and they're not really doing much with some of the people. And I'll move on to the next one, and that's EC3 MJS promo in which he told the truth. He was speaking to the gospel. I'm sure I was at home going, hallelujah, thanking Jesus. Someone is finally telling him. How did you feel about MJF promo?
Do you know what? I hold it as one of the best promos of the week. Dakota Kai was kind of up there as well. But, like, he told me a story of why he should be champion and everything. It was like, why we shouldn't... The fans all expect all these high spots and everything, but that's not just professional wrestling. There's other things to professional wrestling and everything, and it's a crime. I honestly feel like that he has not even had even been put near a title match.
Yeah.
Since he's been in the company, and like they're pushing him so well. He's been positioned so well. Like when you look at their future talents, you're looking at him and you're looking at Jungle Boy. They're already breaking up Jungle Boy to be this misfit of like 50-50 booking, but they've booked MJF in perfection, where
Yeah,
he hasn't lost or anything. He hasn't taken an L, except that
yeah,
tag match. But Wardlow took the pin,
yeah. No one cared about Wardlow.
and then so it's just like, why is he not in the title picture? He should be in the title picture.
Yeah, and if this is their plan, which I'm thinking it could be their plan, to have him build him up and saying he's being ducked and Moxley, everything led up to his promo this week of him saying why he's undefeated, he should be ranked higher, he should be the number one contender, or he should be champion, and he's being ducked by the champion. Everything led up to that, and I like to feel like that was their original plan for him, but I'm not 100% sure since they were teasing the Wardlow breakup, and this just kind of fell in their lap of like, what are we going to do with MJF? But I feel like this is the right place he should be. He should be feuding with Mox. They're the complete opposites. They should be arch rivals. And I think at All Out, he's going to take the title from him. And I think it's the right call.
But this is the thing. I need with AEW. I need storylines that last longer than a month, especially with their world titles. Like,
Yeah.
I know automatic rematch clauses and stuff like that. People have their gripes with. It's either hit or miss with certain people, but I feel like you're missing a step. Like, you're missing great storytelling by just confining it to just 1 month.
Yeah, it seems like, for me, Moxley's fighting the monster of the week. It's very Scooby-Doo, Batman 1960 edition, or Batman the Animated Series. It's whoever that week he's going to wrestle, and then he defeats him, and then he moves on. I would like him to be involved in a long-term story. I thought him and Kenny, when he first came in, was going to be a long-term story, but that was a one-off. The Murder Hawk one-off. He didn't fight the Murder Hawk. Brody Lee one-off. Cage, a one-off plus a tag match, which he's killed him each time. So I just want they can really use Moxley better. I feel like he's being underused and in long-term storytelling. Like, he had the feud with Jericho, but it was a one pay-per-view storyline. He lost his eye. They led up to their pay-per-view. They had the match. Everything's good. Jericho never won the title again.
But that's also like the TNT title as well. With Cody defending once a week, there's never really any room for a massive story. The closest thing you got to that was his thing with Hager, which was like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Where they took a week off and essentially like allowed the match to happen. But I feel like they need to start doing long-term storytelling, and the only thing I'm getting from that realistically is the feud that's not going to happen for a very long time, which is Dr. Britt Baker and
Big Swole.
Big Swole.
Well, if I'm correct, Baker was supposed to be out, 8 to 12 weeks or something like that? We're coming up. We got like a few more weeks.
Supposed to be back at All In, I presume.
Yeah. So I guess we get the match then.
I don't think we will, because I think they'll be probably tied up in this women's tag team tournament, which Big Swole is supposed to be apparently in.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what Britt Baker's promo was about.
I'm always serious.
Shut up, Siri. Oh, I forgot about the Britt Baker promo. To be honest, I don't even remember her talking. I remember her getting the pass the note to Shivani, and then she said some stuff, but I don't honestly remember anything she said. Okay, they shouldn't be in a tournament. They need to abolish this tournament. They don't have a women's division. When the alien died, the division completely died. And
the alien had successful surgery, if anyone wanted to know.
that's good for her. That's good for her. I wonder if she go home to the mothership to get the surgery, because I'm sure they have better doctors in the Andromeda system than they do in America. Just saying. Moving on. What else? I guess the big moment of the show. Everything led up to this tag match, the Falls Count Anywhere. I know I'm skipping over the tag team title matches, but I did not care. I did not care. At one point in that match, Stu Grayson did a flip over a turnbuckle, and they never showed what happened if he landed. And I didn't care.
You do need to mention one thing.
What's that?
Anna Jay is alive and well. However,
Yeah,
she is now part of the Dark Order, looking like a recycled gimmick of the bunny.
Yep, she was there, and she walked off with 7 men. Now she's a slave. Looks like a sex slave at that. Still no Abaddon side. I'm assuming she's on Dark. I think I saw it under the thing.
I just don't understand why Brody Lee's treating them like Colt and Anna Jay essentially like children. Of like, just before he was about to do like beat up his other kids, he was like, "Get out of here! You're my favorites. Get out of here!"
Yeah, those are his real recruits. I actually like that he got them out. Colt's a 40-year-old teenager who needs to not see the violence that Daddy do. Unlike he can just go on TV and be like, "Oh, that's what's going on." So the Dark Order not only attacked Cody this week, they plan on attacking Omega and Paige after the match. The Revival and the Young Bucks make the save. And if they do this water cooler spot one more time and hit somebody with that foam water cooler with ice one more time, I would say the Revival is dead to me. They're dead to me. I've seen it. They've done it like 3 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I don't.
Did it twice.
It felt like they done it one too many times. I don't believe a water cooler can hurt anybody. A foam water cooler with ice. I mean, yeah, it may hurt, but who knows? Who knows? I never thought the Dark Order was winning this match. Ever.
So this sets up next week for a 12-man tag match of the Dark Order versus FTR, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega and Adam Page. Which is going to be complete chaos.
Yeah. That's way too me. And I'm going to say this. Fucking people. I know we have a PG logo somewhere on here. It's probably not there. But it's way too many people. They couldn't even handle 10 man. They can't even do battle royals. I don't need 12 people fighting each other. Moving on to the main event, which I thought was a very weak main event. It was a promo by Ricky Starks. First. Then he passed it to Ricky. Brian Cage stood there. They went to the ring, went to commercial. 5 minutes later, the match was over. Maybe less than that. After one of the most painful looking things I've ever seen in my life. Thumbtacks to the back off a skateboard. Just looked like it hurts. It wouldn't beat me though. I kick out. But looks like that hurt like hell. Thumbtacks don't keep me down. Nah, but this is another example of Brian Cage looking weak. Throughout the match, he looked weak. There was a chance for them to double suplex Mox. Mox was able to counter a suplex that Brian Cage, who's as swole as anybody that I've ever seen, and Ricky Starks could not lift Moxley. And I go, what the fuck is that? He's not John Cena. That's not the Big Show. Just flip his ass. I believe Darby Allin got a lot of offense on Brian Cage as well. And then it ends with Tony Khan announcing that Darby Allin will fight Jon Moxley for the title. Somehow, telepathically, he learned that and knew he had to stare down Jon Moxley. Because the only way he could have known is Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross just found out at that moment.
I don't understand what Tony Khan's purpose is. Like, he's not really making these matches. They're just saying he's doing it.
He's making the matches. He doesn't have to come on the camera to make it. I'd rather have that than whatever's going on in the WWE, and where Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce just randomly shows up and it's like, I need you, and you to get in the ring or something.
He hasn't done that for weeks since he got COVID.
Because he likes to be off camera, alright? He likes to be off camera. I'm just saying there needs to be some form of an authority figure. Like on NXT, Regal shows up via Skype or whatever the hell he's on, and he makes a match. I just need to know who's making the match. It's like if you're in the UFC and you just sit there, and you're like, oh, who made these matches? Who's in charge of this? Or if you're in the NFL and you never heard the name Roger Goodell, just be like, what's going on?
The man everyone seems to boo every time the NFL draft happens.
He got booed. I did like that in the draft this year when they put him on digitally. He enjoyed the boos. It was nice, but fuck that guy. All right, moving on to the better show of the week, and this time, like sometimes it's close. This time it wasn't even close because I thought AEW was a cluster and it lacked direction. This show had direction, and it was a solid show. It starts off with Dakota Kai attacking Io from the jump. And then Io throws her jacket at Candice LeRae, and then the match starts. And they have a really good women's tag team match. How'd you feel about this match?
Do you know, it was a good way to start off in NXT. Like, I enjoyed this way more than I enjoyed the tag match that kicked off AEW. And you kind of knew, as the moment it was happening, that Candice was going to take the pin.
Yeah, it was obvious. My one complaint about this match is that Io needs to work on her moonsault. I feel like she misses it each time. Like, this is, unless it is a knee to the head, she always does that. Pop, pop,
Pop, pop, pop,
pop, pop. By the way, do you get that? Do you get that reference?
I got it from Community. But
Yeah. I was just curious if you got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't join in if I didn't.
I just thought you just all of a sudden just going pop pop. I just thought you just thought it was just like something to do, and I was like, oh, I wonder, does he get the reference? I only got the reference by if this was a month or two ago, I would not have gotten that reference. But because I've been
did you binge watch? Did you binge watch it on that?
I did. That's a fantastic show.
Do you know what? It died. I feel like it died the moment Gambino. I can't remember his actual real name.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Yeah.
When he left, the show just completely went to shit.
Well, they had like they fired the creators and the writers and stuff, and he quit, and it was a clusterfuck. But the season 6 on YouTube, I feel like it still kind of bounced back. I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it all the way up to the end. But maybe because I was watching it very rapidly fast. It was just like, damn, this is over. It was like 20-minute episodes, so you're just like in and out. Binge watching in like a week. Pop. Anyway. But yeah, it was a nice opening match. Dakota Kai is set up to fail and get her ass beat by Dakota Kai or Rhea Ripley. I don't know. Somebody's gonna beat Dakota Kai up.
So fantasy booking, I've got this as Dakota Kai beats Ripley with the help of Gonzalez. Big Mama Cool.
Big Mama Cool.
Which leads to Big Mama Cool versus Rhea Ripley.
Oh!
Which would be an amazing match.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Not as amazing as I probably think in my head, because like I still think Gonzalez is still a bit green, but I feel like Ripley can carry her to a really good match.
Yeah, I feel like it could go either way. I really want to see that match, and if that match happens at TakeOver, I believe it will be. It could be a show stealer because just it'd be like watching The Undertaker versus Kane, in which these are two massive women who, in the peak of their physical condition, are going to fight to the death, and I look forward to that. I really do. I hope that happens. If Big Mama Cool recovers from Big Daddy COVID, I'm assuming that's what she said.
Well, TakeOver Triple X is a long way away.
Yeah. What did you feel about Rhea's new look, in which she's full blonde, full android, 17, 18? I forget the numbers.
It's the same kind of look. It's just she dyed her hair.
It's just more blonde, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
But I think what we really need to focus on is just how good Dakota Kai's promo was before she got interrupted by Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Like, it was good.
It was a solid promo. I believed every word she said. She was hateful, she was vindictive, and she was gonna get hers. And I believed her. And Rhea Ripley's a son of a bitch. I've not seen that. Maybe I'm sure it's happened. In which you're done with your interview, you walk away, and then somebody's like, nah, come back. I got some more shit to say. Shout out to Joe Kelly for having shit to say, by the way. Dodgers bullpen pitcher who I gave a hard time last year, and I said, fuck you. He is now my favorite player on the Dodgers. But Rhea Ripley called Dakota Kai ass back and was telling her, nah, bitch, this is my house. And she said in Australian.
She said it in Australia.
Moving on, Gargano and Roderick Strong had a match. To me, it was a good match. Not much substance into it. They did a lot of stuff. Roddy took the L.
Marcus, at this point, like, after watching AEW first, and then watching this match alone was better than anything that I've witnessed on AEW Dynamite.
Yeah. It was a fantastic match. But you know what my problem with a Roderick Strong, Johnny Gargano match is that I go into it, this is going to be great. I watch it, this is great. And it doesn't surprise me at all. And it's something that's easily forgotten. Like, I watched it and was like, this is fantastic. I love both of these guys in the ring. But it was what it was, and it could just go under the bus as being, this is NXT being NXT. They give us some great wrestling.
It was just two heels having a good match.
Yeah, and it was just like, oh, it's just... And, you know, I take that for granted, considering, like, you know, of all the wrestling you watch in a week, whether it's Impact or, you know, SmackDown and Raw and AEW, you just take it for granted that the consistency of NXT, of like, they just had a solid match for no reason. Like, this was really good. I always enjoy Roderick Strong. Just, you know, he should never win anything. But I always enjoy him. And I just thought, you know, this is great. This is great. As opposed to Swerve Scott and, oh my god, I'm blanking on the dude's name.
Jake Atlas.
Jake Atlas. They had a really good match, but I feel like it elevated Swerve Scott. Even though Swerve Scott should have never, and I mean never, kicked out of the Olympic Slam from the top rope. That was an amazing spot in that match. And I thought Swerve needs to lose. He needs to lose after that one. And we kicked out.
Well,
I screamed at my team, bullshit.
I didn't think Jake Atlas was going to win anyway. Firstly, because you got the I'm in the studio promo last week from Swerve Scott. But also the fact that Gargano finished the match with a similar move to how Atlas finishes his matches. Because Atlas has that rainbow DDT, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has the rainbow.
Which is almost kind of similar to the way Gargano finished his match. I was like, you're not going to have the same ending to two matches like that, back to back.
Yeah. So, but I thought it was a good match. Swerve Scott is going to fight Santos Escobar, the leader of El Legado del Fantasma.
Oh, well done.
I got it right. Yes! It may be some stuttering and some thinking about it, but it happened. I got it right. Alright, so let's get to the nitty gritty of the main portion of this show. Keith Lee was mad. He comes out there, he's crawling, and he's like, oh, I'm mad. You killed my friend. How dare you? You piece of shit. He said it twice. I said you're a piece of shit. And then Scarlett comes out. No, Cameron Grimes comes out, and he tells Keith Lee in what I consider the best heel promo of the week. Yes, better than MJF, because it pissed me off. It was a heel promo that pissed me off. He had no business being here. It was so annoying. He just came out there with his stupid scripted lies, and he walked up the stairs and talked about, we're going to the moon! It was so annoying to the point where I wanted Keith Lee to sock his eyes out. Just sock him in the face. Just knock his ass out. Like, it's rare when that happens in wrestling, when somebody's that annoying, that I got actually caught up in the moment of going like, motherfucker, this dude is mad.
Is this the time? Well, Cameron Grimes is notorious for never picking the right time or spot.
No, this is the absolute best spot. But I feel like he played.
Shout out to Keith Lee getting you shoes and trousers to come out. Tired of seeing him in those pink trainers.
Pink shoes and a gray. He looked like a man this week. And how did you feel about the new manly Keith Lee? I'm angry.
He didn't look like a man. He looked like someone's mum going to yoga.
He looked like Big Mama's house.
Like Auntie Keith going to his yoga practice. But so the whole promo went. The moment Karrion started mentioning Dominic Dijakovic and all this other stuff, it was clear to me that Asuka is a better friend. than Keith Lee ever was.
Whoa.
Dominic Dijakovic.
Why would you say that? Why?
Because she was willing. She lost her championship to save her friend from being brutally murdered.
Yeah. But Dijakovic is a man, according to Keith Lee, and a man will heal. I don't know if you heal from death, but you will heal. So he let him be a man.
The only man he is, Marcus, is a dead man.
He let his friend die, and there was nothing he could do about it. He was already legally dead. It's up to the referee to stop it. Okay? Keith Lee didn't bring a towel down there anyway to throw in. With that being said, I enjoyed this version of Keith Lee more than the professor, the articulate Keith Lee. I need him just to be angry and saying, I'll beat the shit out of you. And Scarlett came out there, didn't say anything, and then the big bad showed up on the screen. For some reason, I imagined his Tron, it wasn't just black and white, but there were flames under there. I'm sure it wasn't, but I felt like there were. I don't know why.
Well, Scarlett also came out there looking like she was in the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. Yeah, but she was a distraction for those eyes that were glared at Keith Lee. And I thought this was a very super villain, really good heel. I'm staring at you, your time's running out, see you at TakeOver, only for Regal to go, nah, y'all ain't getting this. I'm not letting Cross go up against Keith Lee and take away a monster. I'm trying to make money off this guy. If he loses to you, Keith Lee, right now, this soon, we lose. He becomes Brian Cage, and I don't want that.
But that's the thing. Where do you go from this? Because you don't realistically want Keith Lee to lose the title so soon. But then you don't want Karrion Kross to win the title so soon. Or lose. So you've booked yourself into a bad place already.
Somebody's going to lose. I don't think it's going to be a double count out. I don't think it's going to be a double disqualification. But someone has to take the loss. And I think it's got to be Keith Lee. I think he's going to lose really soon. And you continue to build the monster of Karrion Kross. Because, a babyface is always better chasing the title anyway. Or you book Keith Lee to win. And this infuriates Karrion Kross. And then Scarlett kills Mia Yim. Another death for the family. I want Mia Yim got. Okay? I want her got by Scarlett, whether it's coming in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Or it's after they have their match. Mia Yim got to get got. And that enrages him even more. Or it's the other way around and Mia Yim gets Scarlett. I don't know if we're in that personal zone yet, in which the wives are fighting. The wives are fighting. Keith Lee is somebody that's probably going to go to the main roster soon anyway. So, if he loses to Cross, it doesn't destroy him. It just sends him pride to the main roster.
Well, to be honest, he's been ready since Survivor Series last year.
Yeah. Well, he was ready since Survivor Series, and then it seemed like he was coming up right after the Rumble. Like, it just seemed like everything was happening like that. They probably delayed it. I think they're delaying more things because they really want these crowd reactions, which may never come. But if they do SummerSlam on a battleship, goddammit, a battleship, I'm for it.
Marcus, they're making fun of the graphic you made at the start of the show.
Oh, yeah, it's the greatest. It is the greatest graphic of all time. Just go back and listen to the start of the show. You'll understand how that graphic came to be. It's absolutely terrible.
And you'll get my full reaction at the beginning as well.
Yeah, I never showed Manny this, and I wanted him to see it live on the screen for his shock of the horribleness of this.
It looked like it was made on Microsoft Paint.
It was. Oh no. It is 100% Photoshop, and I was just like, let's fucking do it. I wasn't actually gonna release because I forgot who requested us to do anime, and I was bored. I was like,
Chris wants us to have anime shirts.
Yeah, so I was like, I wonder how we could do that. Let's see if I can make a mock-up of this. It was not working well at all, especially mine that didn't work.
Outsourced this work.
Yeah, especially mine that did not come out well at all. To the point where I just copied Manny's image and threw a black paint over it. It was amazing. Job well done. I'm proud of it. I don't give a damn. I'm proud of it. Cause it got some laughs. It got some laughs. Like look at the background. It's like me and Manny are the same person. Manny has no facial hair. He has one mustache.
People already say that I'm just a lighter version of you.
Yeah. Soon everybody will be a lighter version of me. Alright, moving on to the triple threat match. Loomis, Stature, and Balor. I do not know if the right person won. But I'm sure. I'm happy. But how do you feel about it?
I'm happy that they're pushing new talent. What?
Yeah.
The match was too short, in my opinion. I feel like something like this could have gone on for like at least half an hour or a bit longer, because they're all talented men. Like, but it's just more. But you've skipped over something, but we'll jump to it afterwards. But
what I skip? Shoot, that's why I should probably take notes.
I think it's the right thing to promote new talent. Like you've got the resident thick boy already in the ladder match. You've got Dexter Lumis now in the ladder match, who looked phenomenal. I don't think anyone should really be doing that spot he did where he took a dive to the outside, landed the jump onto his feet, because I can see that ending very badly, of just crushing your knees, just collapsing on everything.
Hold on, Manny. Hold on. I'm gonna have to fact check this moment. He didn't do it himself. Ricochet has accomplished this. The flip and land on his feet. Ricochet did it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. How much does Ricochet weigh?
At least 60 pounds. But what I'm saying is, Dexter Lumis did not do this spot. It was not real. He jumped, they cut away, and then he's doing a different, smaller jump, lower. Okay? I'm taking it away. There's a reason they didn't replay it, Manny. There's a reason they didn't replay it. It's because they did an editing spot in which he jumped again. I was upset by it because I hate those, because it takes me out the match when I go, oh, they did an editing spot. But overall, I still enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the finish. It kept everybody looking strong. Thatcher got caught with the choke when he thought he had Balor dead to rights. And Balor couldn't do anything because his heel was broken.
Did you think he gave up or passed out a little too quickly?
It's a choke. I don't know how long it takes people to get choked out.
Yeah, but like, I go back to, I think it was Survivor Series 94. Bob Backlund had Bret Hart in a cross-faced chicken wing for nearly an hour.
Levi believes that Mark Bell will become that Karrion Kross will be the new Sable. New Mark Merrow and Scarlett would be the new Sable. That'd be dark times, guys. He is a lot better than Johnny B. Bad Mark Merrow. I'm just saying.
But which version of Mark Merrow you get? The Wild Man?
The Wild Man or the Boxer?
The Boxer.
The problem with Mark Merrow, as I heard, is that Vince McMahon paid for Johnny B. Bad. When he realized that WCW owned all the rights to the name of Johnny B. Bad and everything that belonged to that gimmick, he was like, what am I stuck with? I'm pushing Sable. Oh. But yeah, I thought it was a good match, and Lumis is going on to the ladder match. We have 3 more spots of this. 3 more weeks of 3 more matches, and I still don't know who's getting in all of them.
Well, they announced the next match, which is, I can't even remember who's in it. All I remember is Ridge Holland, the NXT UK guy, is going to be in it.
Yeah, that's it. He's the only one announced, right?
No, they've announced the match. I just can't remember who the other 2 are in the match with it.
Oh, all I remember is him. It's God, I forgot his name already.
Ridge Holland. If you don't know who he is, just check out a match on NXT UK. Search for it on the network. Ridge Holland versus Walter. He's a decent wrestler.
He's solid. I've seen him in a battle royal before or something, and I was like, oh, this guy has a good look. Big muscular guy. Vince loves these guys. Oh, And here's the part I forgot. Imperium beat Everrise, and I blacked that out. And then they were mauled.
I blocked that whole bit out just to be like, the boys are back in town, the Undisputed Era are back, beat up Imperium, which I somehow believe is Pat McAfee's fault.
Yeah.
For Adam Cole's little beef.
Yeah, and where I want this to go is probably where I don't think it's going. I think it's still leaning to Adam Cole versus somehow Pat McAfee in some match.
Well, I'm presuming they're going to do this and then have Walter come back and then redo the Undisputed Era versus Imperium once again.
Yeah, that's all I want. That's all I want. But I don't know. Is Walter going to come over here in the middle of a pandemic to do this match for TakeOver?
I don't think any flights can come into the United States at the moment, can they?
No, you can come into the United States. We just can't go anywhere else.
I think
everybody else is clean. Everybody else is clean.
He might come over for like a 2-week stint or something and then go back home.
Well, it wouldn't be a 2-week stint. It would be he'd have to come here. He'd be fine to do whatever he wants here. But then to get back home, he'd have to quarantine himself in the UK if you come back from America for I forget X amount of days, maybe 14 or 20 days or something like that. So it'd be a tough decision to make.
So
I believe it's all the same. If you come from the US and go somewhere, you're kind of stuck. I know he's from Austria, but you're stuck.
El Luchador, this was basically in our group chat last night about Leon Ruff being signed to NXT.
Yeah. I'm so happy. The Ruff Bunch, the rise of the Ruff Bunch. It's going to be amazing. Him, Tahuti Miles, Denzel Desjardins, they got to come and take over everything. But I really want them to import Walter, as El Luchador said. Import Walter, Imperium versus Undisputed Era. It'd be the one last time they get to have their match. And then the Undisputed Era can handle their business and move on to the main roster. I'm assuming Kyle O'Reilly is back, though. He's going to wrestle.
Yeah, the way he riled up the boys at the back was like, yeah, Kyle O'Reilly's back.
The boys are back in town. I mean, I thought it was a solid hype promo for Kyle O'Reilly, though. I was like, oh, man, I'm hyped up. Look at us. Look at you.
So, El Luchador, this is going to be a little precursor to come watch with us tomorrow, SummerSlam 2002, on the watch-along.
Hold on, they put the ad up.
There is a story about Baron Corbin that I have, which I've only told Marcus because I've went too deep into the promotion of the Manny and Marcus and the Sharpshooters brand on Twitter that I've become accustomed to. And I will talk about it on the watch-along.
Oh, man. I can't wait for tomorrow's watch-along, honestly. I know it's something I probably could have watched any given moment since having a network, but I haven't had an excuse to watch SummerSlam 2002. I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be great. Those are the good old days as people bring up in wrestling. But it's going to be great. It's going to be a great watch-along. If you saw the image right there, it's going to be a lot of fun. Do you have any other comments about the Wednesday Night War? Oh, fuck Chad. That's how I wanted to start this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I think what's gonna happen is basically I'm gonna get another Manny and Marcus show shirt, and then FTC will be here like it's like a NWO logo.
Fuck the Chad committee, basically. That's what we are. He's the most annoying guy ever. AEW will win in the ratings this week, and they probably will win by a lot.
I think 200. They'll win. The gap will be about 200K like last week.
Yeah, it's gonna be by a lot, but I think both shows will be down because of baseball. And the Dodgers were playing the Astros last night in a national televised game, and it's a heated rivalry, especially after what Joe Kelly threw at the other guy the night before. And then went to extra innings and covered through the entire shows, both shows.
But so baseball and ratings, like this is just pure ignorance. So you're gonna have to guide me through the correct answer with this.
No, I probably can't.
Because it's so long and sometimes not much happens. Yeah. Do you think that's enough to pull ratings away from the other two?
No, probably not.
because
Baseball doesn't
because
draw anyway. It's not the
like,
best draw.
yeah. So if you combine about the 1.5 million that actually watch wrestling on Wednesday, with the two ratings combined,
Hmm.
I think those are the people that would have watched wrestling anyway.
Yeah, I don't know even if wrestling fans watch baseball. Like, it's no way to connect the two. But, it could be a possibility. But yeah, AEW with the win. Chad's gonna show up in the chat, talk his shit. We're gonna say fuck Chad. And I'm gonna brag about how Law and Order gets more ratings.
I think at some point I'm just gonna outright and get myself banned. For a guy that shows up once a week. I'm like, fuck you, Chad! Fuck
you.
your couch!
Oh man, I bet you he doesn't even watch the show. I'm assuming I don't even think he watches the show. I think he's just
he
a
must
troll.
watch the show.
He never talks about.
He
never
he
said
only watches 2 hours of wrestling a week, and that's AEW.
I don't even think he watches that. It's Eric's arch nemesis. Why are we dealing with him?
Chad hates WWE and loves AEW. He's kind of the reverse Eric.
That is Eric's arch nemesis. Why are we dealing with Eric's lightweight?
Actually, do you know what? He's not Eric's arch nemesis because Eric doesn't give him the time of day. Somehow we get. I think I mostly get wound up by it because he drags me into it.
Yeah.
No, Raphael drags me into it. Like, I'm sure when this ends and the ratings come out, I'm going to be tagged in the post at some point.
Yeah. He's like, give us the numbers, give us the numbers. And I'm like, one way we could promote this show is getting those numbers before any of these sites and then tag our show with these numbers as we discuss the ratings and trick people into saying, we're going to discuss the ratings, guys, at the end of the show. We're not. Oh. Yeah, that's all I got. I got nothing else.
So, we're going to end this stream in a minute, but stay tuned because we're about to go live again.
What?
A special bonus episode.
What?
Is it the both of us or is it just you? Who you think you can beat up on the AEW roster?
I'm sure we can do both. Don't make me into the only vain person on this show. All right? Don't make me into. Don't call this my bravado or vanity project. All right?
Well,
it's
it
both
became
of us.
your thing because you brought it up on Tuesday.
Damn it!
That you could take if you were to walk into the AEW roster, there would be only a few people that you think that could actually take you.
Yeah, I still stand by it. And it may sound arrogant, but I think most people in this chat who are listening to the show can get through a lot of people. Yeah, I may falter somewhere in there, because I'm fighting everybody. I don't care, men, women, children. I'm not above any of that right now. I'm going to that locker room and I'm wreaking havoc. You must call me Relic, because that's killer spelled backwards.
What if Chad is just Eric from an alternate universe?
Oh, that's terrifying. He's all in shape, skinny and white, loving AEW. what a parallel universe. And then I'm related to him. You're my brother, yeah. And then it's like doppelganger Mark. It creates a whole parallel of Mark is doppelganger.
Which explains why he doesn't feud with himself.
If they connect, the whole universe explodes. Also, guys, here's a clip. Be sure to buy our merch. Huh? Check it out. Store Frontier. Get that money. Or,
make that money.
Help us make that
pay
money.
The bills.
Yeah.
Help us pay the monthly bills to stream for you.
Yeah. I may not be able to pay rent this month, guys. Come on. I mean, I will be. I'm okay. I shouldn't say that these day and age. But come on down to storefrontier.com/DSPN. Get yourself a hoodie, a t-shirt, a mask, or whatever you can do. Maybe I'll print these shirts, those images, the anime version of us. The thumbnail as a t-shirt. As the ugliest t-shirt to have ever existed.
Oh my god, that image. That's an image
It
of
is burned.
nightmares.
It is burned in your brain. It is burned
That
in
is
your
an
brain.
image of nightmares.
Hold on, hold
Honestly.
on. One more time before we leave. There it is. One more time. It is absolutely terrifying.
It's an image of nightmares.
I am so white in this image. Ah.
What shirt you gonna get, El Luchador? Oh, that image is so bad.
Yep, you stuck with it forever. But yeah, we're about to just go live again. We're gonna, if you want to get more of our analysis and talk in depth about all the happenings of, what of our thoughts on Excalibur being missing and whatnot, and everything else going on in the world. Wow, I saw the image in your watch on my, reflection, and I was like, ooh, that's even worse. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about everything in depth.
If me
4
and
hours on
Marcus ever go
AEW.
missing, I want that picture. Or if I die, I want that as the memorial picture.
I want that to be my wanted poster. And it'd be like, have you
This is how
seen
Manny
this?
wanted to be remembered.
One more time for those who ain't looking, just in case you missed it earlier. The Untitled Manny and Marcus Show, and the worst special effects you have ever seen. Manny, you look like some chef. And this one, I don't know, like a video game chef from the N64. These things are horrific. But check out your cheekbones.
I actually look like, what's that game? On, I think it's a game. What is it? Overcooked. I actually look like one of the characters from Overcooked on that.
You do. Wow. Overcooked Manny right here. Alright. So,
You're one. This picture looks like we shouldn't be allowed near children.
Yeah. Oh man. Alright guys. See you in a little bit, or see you Saturday for the Sharpshooters Live podcast.
Yeah, we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. If it, ends. Alright, we're going to end here. Boom.